The polished glass doors of Horizon Dynamics reflected a reality the soul was unprepared to face. A black woman in a simple, elegant coat stood beside a 10-year-old girl, whose braided hair contrasted with a face that was unmistakably Japanese. They walked into one of the most prestigious corporate towers in Marinucci as if they owned the place. A hush fell over the expansive lobby. Amara felt the weight of every stare as they moved across the gleaming marble floor. Her daughter, sensing the change in atmosphere, squeezed her hand tightly, not yet grasping that their lives were moments away from shattering. "Welcome to Horizon Dynamics," the receptionist offered, her smile strained. "Do you have an appointment?" "We are here to see CEO Tanaka Kenji." "I apologize, but Mr. Tanaka does not accept unscheduled visitors. Please inform him that Amara Okoro is here. I believe he will want to see us." The receptionist's expression shifted. She averted her gaze, murmuring into her headset, while stealing nervous glances at the young girl, at that perfectly mirrored face. The child tugged on her mother's coat. "Mama, why is everyone looking at us?" "Stand proud, my love," Amara whispered back. "We belong anywhere we decide to be." An elevator chimed across the lobby. Tanaka Kenji emerged, a phone pressed to his ear as he spoke in rapid Japanese about quarterly earnings. At 33, dressed in a flawless designer suit, he was the youngest CEO in the company's history and one of Tokyo's most sought-after bachelors. He was the very picture of success. He was also the spitting image of the little girl standing in his lobby. Amara watched him approach, her mind flashing back to the young man he once was, the graduate student who promised her forever over bowls of late-night instant ramen, the one who vanished when life became complicated. A small voice sliced through the corporate silence. "Father." Time itself seemed to freeze. Kenji's phone slipped from his grasp, clattering loudly on the marble. All color drained from his face as his eyes locked onto the child. Then, slowly, his disbelieving gaze lifted to meet Amara's. "No," he breathed. "It can't be. You can't." "Look at her, Kenji," Amara said, her voice steady. "Truly look at your daughter." Around them, smartphones began to appear as employees started recording. The air crackled with a palpable tension. The girl, coached by her mother, but still trembling slightly, performed a perfect, formal bow. "Hello, father. My name is Tanaka Hana. I am 10 years old." She then switched to impeccable Japanese. "I have waited a long time to meet you." A wave of shocked whispers swept through the lobby. Kenji stumbled back, his hand bracing against the wall for support. His expression was a whirlwind of shock, denial, and panicked recognition. "You kept her from me." His voice rose, trembling with accusation. "You have my child?" "For 11 years, Amara corrected him coldly. "And I didn't hide her. Your family made it very clear that we were not welcome." "That's not." He stopped, suddenly aware of his growing audience. "Upstairs. My office." Now, he moved like a man in a trance, leading them toward the elevator. Hannah stayed close to her mother, her earlier bravery faltering. Inside the mirrored elevator, the truth was stark and undeniable. She had his exact features, the same sharp jawline, the same piercing eyes, even the identical stubborn cowlick in her hair. "Mama, is he angry with us?" Hannah whispered in English. "Speak English here, darling." And no, he is just very surprised, but Amara was lying. She saw the terror in the rigid set of his shoulders, in the white-knuckled way he clutched his phone. The conference room offered a panoramic view of the Tokyo skyline, Kenji's kingdom. It was a universe away from the small London apartment where they had once built dreams together. He sank into a chair, his hands shaking. "How old?" 10. She turns 11 in March, 11 months after she had fled London. 11 months after his mother had dismissed her as a gold-digging distraction. Her name is Hannah. Her middle name is Mickey, the one we picked out. Or have you forgotten that too? Kenji's breath hitched. He remembered that frigid December night, the heater in their flat broken, his hand resting on her pregnant belly as they whispered potential names like sacred prayers. "Why now?" he asked, his voice strained. After all this time, why come back? Hannah answered for herself. Because I asked who my father was. Mama said I had a right to know, even if the answer was difficult. Kenji's gaze snapped to her, this fearless child who had clearly inherited his own defiant spirit. You speak Japanese? Yes, and English. Mama says I should never be ashamed of my languages. She observed him with curiosity. You only speak Japanese and English, correct? Oh, her disappointment was plain. Mama speaks 4 languages. I thought you would speak at least 3 inch. Despite the chaos, a faint smile almost touched Kenji's lips. What's the 4th? Love, Hannah said simply. She says it's the most important one. The door flew open and a woman in her late 20s swept in, impeccably dressed in Chanel. She stopped short at the sight of them. Kenji, I heard you were in a sudden meeting, but her smile vanished as her eyes darted from Kenji's pale face to Hannah, and finally to Amara. Who are they? Yumi, this isn't the time. I can explain. Explain what? Who is this woman? And who is this child? Her voice faded as she finally saw it. The child was Kenji's reflection. Hannah stepped forward, offering a bright, innocent smile. Hello, I am Hana. Are you my father's friend? Friend? Yumi's voice was strangled. I'm his fiancée. The word detonated in the quiet room. Hannah's smile wavered. She glanced at her mother, then back at the woman. But Mama said father wasn't married. He isn't. Not yet. Yumi said, her gaze fixed on Kenji. Our wedding is in 3 weeks. Were you planning on telling me about your secret daughter after we said our vows? I didn't know, he pleaded. Don't look at her. She's 10 years old. When, exactly, were you going to inform me that you had a child? The door opened again, admitting an older couple who carried with them an aura of immense wealth and power. The woman wore a sophisticated suit with traditional Japanese tailoring, while the man was in a 3-piece that likely cost more than Amara's entire nursing degree. Amara recognized Kenji's parents instantly, the poised woman who had looked at her pregnant stomach with revulsion, and the severe man who had offered her a significant sum of money to handle the problem. They began speaking to their son in agitated, rapid-fire Japanese. Then they saw her. Mrs. Tanaka's face cycled through surprise, recognition, and then pure fury. You, she hissed. What are you doing in my son's office? Clinging to a sliver of hope, Hannah stepped forward, her arms slightly outstretched. Grandmother, Mama has told me so much about you. Do not touch me. Mrs. Tanaka recoiled as if Hannah were diseased. The room fell deathly silent. Amara watched her daughter's expression crumble, first with confusion, then with a deep, piercing hurt. In that moment, a piece of her childhood innocence fractured. Hannah, Amara said softly, come here, baby. But I just wanted to meet my grandmother. Now, Hannah, her daughter, returned to her side, but the wound had been inflicted. She had seen the rejection, and she had felt it in her bones. Mrs. Tanaka turned on her son, the Japanese flowing too quickly for an outsider to follow. But Amara understood every single word. Get rid of them. Pay whatever it takes. Just make them disappear. Mother, do you realize what this will do to our family? To the company? To your engagement? Hannah's clear voice cut through the tirade. She is talking about us, isn't she? As if we are trash to be thrown away. Everyone froze. The 10-year-old girl had understood it all. Mrs. Tanaka's face flushed with anger. You taught her Japanese? I taught her everything, Amara stated quietly. About respect, about family, and about her heritage. Both sides of it. Even the side that rejected her. How dare you? How dare I? How dare I raise your granddaughter by myself? How dare I teach her to be proud of who she is, instead of disappearing with the money you offered me? Mr. Tanaka spoke for the first time, his voice like ice. You accepted our money. Your son's money, Amara corrected. The 50,000 pounds he wired to me to take care of things, I used it for prenatal vitamins, the hospital delivery, and to set up a nursery. I have an accounting of every last cent. I can show you the receipts. Kenji's face went ashen. You kept receipts? I kept everything. Amara pulled out her phone. Bank statements, medical records, photos of every birthday, every school play, every single milestone you missed. 11 years of proof that I never wanted your money. I wanted your son to be a father. And what is it you want now? Mrs. Tanaka demanded. More money. Hannah stepped forward again, but the hopeful child was gone, replaced by someone with a solemn new understanding. We don't want your money. We wanted what any child wants, to know their family. But my mother was right. You don't see me as family. You see me as a problem. You are a problem, Mrs. Tanaka snapped. A scandal. A mistake that should have been. Enough. The word came from Kenji, but it was weak and broken. Enough, his father scoffed. This woman arrives with a child, claims it's yours, and you simply accept it? Look at her face, father. Kenji's voice cracked. Look at her and tell me she is not mine. All eyes turned to Hannah. The resemblance was absolute. DNA tests can be arranged, Mrs. Tanaka said coldly. Fine. Amara's voice was sharp as glass. Test her. Test me. Do whatever you feel is necessary. But understand this. I did not come here to beg. I came because my daughter deserved to meet her father. From this day forward, whether she ever wishes to see any of you again will be entirely her decision. She took Hannah's hand. We are leaving. Wait, it was Yumi. She looked at Kenji with an expression caught between pity and disgust. Is it true? Is she really yours? Kenji was unable to speak, only nodding mutely. Answer me. Is she yours? Yes. The word escaped him, fractured and small. Yes, she's mine. Yumi slowly pulled the flawless 3-carat diamond from her finger and set it on the conference table. The click was the only sound in the room. Then I hope she is worth it, she said, her voice quiet but firm. Because you have just lost everything else. She turned and walked out, the sound of her heels echoing on the marble floor.